Hello, this is Stephen Whitfield with Drilling Contractor. Today I'm joined by Brooke Polk, Senior Director, Accreditation Operations at IADC, Martin Carney, Head of Well Control Equipment at Maersk Drilling, and Ricky Cummings, Principal Advisor, Global Well Control Systems at Chevron. And we're going to be talking about the recently launched IADC Subsea Competency Assessment Program. Everybody, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
So my first question is for Brooke. It's a pretty simple one. What is the IADC Subsea Competency Assessment Program? What are the objectives and how does it work?
Well, Stephen, first off, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here with everyone today and be able to finally talk about this program now that we've launched it. So the Subsea Competence Assessment Credentialing Program launched August 1st of 2021. It is IADC's credentialing program that was based on the development of job-specific knowledge and skill competency profiles for our subsea technicians. The launch of this program provides that formal system that the industry was really missing as far as subsea technician positions go. It's an industry credential that demonstrates that there's a set methodology for how we measure individual proficiency. And not only how we measure it, but that we're measuring it to a prescribed minimum standard. So with this program, we set that standard in the process for credentialing those individuals and saying that they have the knowledge and the skills and are equipped to do their jobs effectively when they are in those subsea technician positions. Just a few of the objectives of the Subsea Competence Assessment Program, we really wanted to focus on what does the knowledge and skill profile look like. So we made sure to define that. We built the knowledge assessment to match those. And then we're looking for a skill set. What experience do you have? And have you applied that experience on the job site in your position? We also provide a guideline and criteria for achieving that credential that can be used across the world. It was really important to us to make sure that whatever system or standard that we created, we could apply globally. And we did that with this program. So we're really proud of it, and we can't wait to see how it's utilized in the industry.
Ricky, can you talk about what the motivation was for developing this program?
Sure, Stephen. So back when we started working on this program and seeing a need for it in the industry, we having a lot of downtime or non-productive time with subsea blowout preventers. And whether that downtime was associated with manufacturers and how they manufacture the equipment, whether it was associated with equipment owners and inspecting and testing the equipment or using the equipment, or even operators when we would ask them to do something that the equipment really wasn't designed to do. And so we started looking at other industries and other programs around the world to see how they would handle equipment reliability or minimize downtime with complex systems. One of the programs we discovered was the Federal Aviation Administration's Airframe and Power Mechanics Accreditation Program. And the common thing is the airliners have very similar control systems to our complex subsea BOPs. When you talk about electronic over hydraulic control systems, some of the same exact parts are used in airplanes versus in our control system. The difference was that you can't touch an airplane or any part of their control system without being accredited. So we looked at this program, we looked at their program and compared it. We built something here that was very similar so that we could have accreditors, operators can see that we have people that have gone through the program, they're accredited, and we're comfortable putting them on our wells.
Martin, from a drilling contractor's view, how big of a need is there for a competency program like this?
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. Well, let me begin by saying that training and competence of our people is of utmost importance in order for us to deliver safe and reliable operations. Competence itself has multiple building blocks and elements. For example, it could be education, classroom training, hands-on training, and on-the-job training. The final element is the verification, and that's where the STCA is advantageous in the fact that it provides a standardized, independent, an accredited process which supports the verification. That's why we feel a need for this.
Brooke, can you tell us about the development process for this program? How did you ensure that it meets the industry's needs?
So Stephen, anytime IADC is brought an initiative to develop, we always go directly to our members to find out what does the industry need. We never decide for them. And I think that's a key to IADC's success with any of our accreditation or credentialing programs. This initiative was an operator-driven initiative that brought in the drilling contractors and IADC along the way. Part of the reason why IADC was chosen is because of our history with accreditation programs and the success of those. You know, IADC has had ISO accreditation for over 15 years. So we hold our programs to a really high standard and hold ourselves accountable to that ISO standard as well. So we always start with a focus on quality. We bring in the industry. We had a group of subject matter experts from operators and contractors that work together. Those key stakeholders told us, this is what we want the program to be. This is the experience profile that these subsea technicians need. And they not only developed what that standard looked like, but they defined the questions. They wrote all of the questions. We vetted them multiple times. And then we take those questions and the whole process through a piloting process. A month-long pilot was conducted to vet and make sure that we're not missing anything. We utilized multiple industry personnel to make sure we were having that outside view, that we weren't having the blinders on because we were in the development process, but to see what industry would actually think of it. We gathered all of that feedback and then we utilized that to revise and refine before we ever go live with any project. And so before we go live, we meet with our work group SMEs one more time and say, are we sure? Do we feel comfortable with this? Did we build something that's fit for industry purpose and fits the need from what our goal was? And it did. We were very excited to launch it, and we have a robust accreditation process with that. So an applicant that's interested in this credentialing program would apply to IADC, and we have volunteers that are subject matter experts that actually helped in the development. These two gentlemen, Martin and Ricky, are actually two of my subsea reviewers that have volunteered to review any applications that come in. So it's vetted with a subject matter eye. And not only that eye, but they have that expertise of building the program together. So they know what they're really looking for when they vet through credentials of individuals. Once an individual's credentials are vetted by these gentlemen and our other subject matter experts, they sit a knowledge assessment. The knowledge assessment then gauges their expertise in the area of their specific job role. And it has a core knowledge assessment, but it also breaks apart OEM specific assessments so that an individual can be assessed on the specific type of equipment that they're utilizing in their day-to-day job role. And anytime an individual happens to move equipment, they always have the opportunity to come back and gain that credential for that specific OEM type of equipment. So it allows for flexibility and movement within the industry. And what we do is as we get feedback throughout the process and individuals use the assessment, we look at industry analytics around those assessments, and we continue to focus on that continuous improvement aspect of our ISO accreditation to make sure we're always providing the quality program that we should, and it's constantly meeting industry expectations, especially in an industry that changes so much like ours and so quickly. We want to make sure that we're always staying current with what the industry's need is.
Martin, why did Maersk Drilling choose to contribute to the program development process?
Well, Stephen, at Maersk Drilling, we believe in collaborating across the industry to drive continuous improvement in all areas, especially safety systems such as well control equipment. As one of the main objectives of this program is an attempt to set a common industry benchmark for subsea competence, we hope that by contributing with our own experience and learnings, that we're able to ensure and maintain a high degree of safe and reliable operations right across the industry.
Well, everyone, thanks again for taking the time to speak with us today. It seems like this subsea competency assessment program is going to fill a great need within the industry. It'll be interesting to see how the program develops moving forward, and we're looking forward to hearing more about it. So thank you again for speaking with us.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen.
And thank you for visiting Drilling Contractor.